How you doing, YouTube? Matt with Massive Beer Reviews back with yet another review, and it is Russian Imperial Stout time. There's a lot of times I like Doppelbock time, I like barley wine time, I like a lot of times, and Russian Imperial Stout time is one of my favorite times. And we're doing a brewery we've only had once before. That is Middle Ages Brewing, and we're doing their Dragonslayer, which is their Russian Imperial Stout. Like I said, I did one of their beers previously. It was Kilter, I believe. It was Wee Heavy. It was pretty nice. So I went out of state not too long ago to do a beer run, and that state happened to be New York. And these guys are located in upstate New York. And saw a couple more of their bottles. Figured I might as well pull them and review them. So here we go. As far as what it says in the bottle, Middle Ages Brewing Company, Syracuse, New York, 9.5% alcohol by volume, Dragonslayer Imperial Stout. Government warning, refund, done. That's it. Typically, I'm a huge fan of ghetto-ness, and this is quite ghetto, so I dig it. But the whole medieval thing's a little bit, I don't know, cheesy. I work in the tattoo industry, and it's kind of like a, I don't know, it's a little cheesy. I don't know what else to say. The only other thing that annoys me, no kind of dating whatsoever on a bottle. I don't understand how breweries can actually not date bottles, especially going to have high ABV offerings like a pushing 10% Russian Imperial Stout. You need to date your bottles. Breweries, please date your bottles. Please, I beg of you. Anyway, label-wise, it's all right. You know, it's atypical of a, of a smaller brewery with a very medieval theme, I guess you'd say. So, not the worst label ever seen, but not the best one either. But it's all about what's inside, so let's see what she has to offer. Cool. Smell some piney hops from here. Hopefully that's my mind playing tricks on me. Holy crap, that's dark. Hopefully that's my mind playing tricks on me. Definitely not a hop-forward person when it comes to my Russian Imperials. I believe hop-forward Russian Imperials should be banned and eliminated from the earth because it doesn't make much sense. And there you go. 2 fingers full ahead. Dark. I've seen darker, but that sucker's pretty dark. Infinitely creamy top to it. And yeah, I would probably try to get any kind of color out of this thing, but that is not going to happen. From that pour itself, I can just tell it is dark as dark could be. So let's see what she has on the nose. I'm getting a bit of a pine hop there. There's a roasted malt there. There's coffee, absolute coffee, almost like espresso as opposed to actual coffee. And chocolate. It's just that pininess. It's not good for me. So yeah, it smells quite malty, but it smells like it definitely has a hop presence to it at the same time. Like I've said twice, I think, in this review, and multiple times before, a big hop presence has zero place in a Russian Imperial Stout. But yeah, it actually smells quite nice. It is really malty, nice and sweet, almost like a super candied sugar, along with coffee and chocolate. And like I said, almost like an espresso as opposed to coffee, and chocolate and roasted malts. It just seems like it does have a bit of hop presence. So let's dive in and find out. Cheers. Weird. In a good way. I really like it, I actually do. Because that pininess is almost like a, in my mouth is almost like a anisey, licorice kind of taste as opposed to actually a straight up pine kind of hop. It's kind of middle of the road right in between the two. And for me, anise works in beers, so I can believe that enough. I'll just tell myself enough that's anise, and then it'll work for me. Mouthfeel, you know, Russian Imperial Stout, you want a little bit more density to it. Like I said, it's black as black could be, but it's lacking a little bit of viscosity. Definitely has that coffee there, and it has a little bit of bitterness to go with it. Like I said, it's more of an espresso coffee as opposed to just a generic coffee. And there's a little bit of chocolate, and then that's it, man. It's just that, for me, that anise / pininess from the hop just kind of just sticks out like a sore thumb for me. And just, I want it to work. I want to think it's supposed to be like that, but to me, I'm a purist when it comes to my Russian Imperials, and this is just a little bit off. I know there's two sects to it, the whole Russian Imperial thing. I just think that other sect is wrong. There you go. So, rating-wise, I'd have to give it like an 85, 86, based off of that hot presence, that anise there, hot presence. It's not anise. I'm just trying to convince myself it is. Just because of that, strip that out of there, and just give it a little bit more density, I'd probably be in the low 90s. But just for me, it kind of just, that ruins it for me. Just kind of makes it less than stellar. Value and availability, I can't get in my area. I've only seen one of their beers previously. That was the Tilt Kilter or something like that. They're wee heavy. I've only seen one of their beers in my area, so I'm going to have to give it availability with 2. Again, northeastern Pennsylvania, I'm basing that off of, so your mileage may vary. And value, though, I mean, I think I paid, I bought this at Wegmans in upstate New York. I think I paid like $7 or $8 for this, and that's not too shabby. I mean, even with what's going on in the rating, I think that's a pretty nice beer for its value. So I give it like a 6-7 on a value scale. So yeah, there you go. If you like your Russian Imperials with a slight hot bite to them, this is definitely a beer for you. And if you want to try something from a small brewery trying to make good, who doesn't want to do that? So you should definitely give them a whirl if you can. Give them your money. That way you can make it bigger and better beers. So there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. If you did or you didn't or somewhere in between, please leave a comment in the comment section below. If you like, check us out anywhere else on the internet. You can. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Untapped. Massive beers in all 4 of those places. Yeah, another review down. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a nice Russian Imperial Stout right now. And hopefully see you next time. Cheers.